Hi, everyone. I'm Barbara Zuleger with Performance Partners Coaching. I'm looking forward to seeing you on December 8th when we dig into your 2024 annual planning. This is always a fun event for us. We get time to celebrate what's worked for you in the last year and take a look at what's possible for you going forward. There's always so much to cover in our time together at the planning event that I wanted to give you the opportunity to think through some things up front and come in a little more prepared to make decisions and choices about the direction of your business in 2024. This first worksheet is the business scorecard. You should have received a link to it, which gives you the option of downloading a copy of this spreadsheet through Google Docs or an Excel spreadsheet. If that's the format you're using, the formulas are already in there to help you get the answers you want on this spreadsheet. You just have to enter some numbers up front. If you are unable to use that format and you would like just a PDF, then let us know and we'll make sure you get a copy of that instead. So let's just take a look at what these numbers are so that you know what questions you're answering as you complete this. So just take a few minutes and you'll be ready to go to complete it on your own. Keep in mind that your numbers are not good or bad. Don't try to make these look better or worse than what they really are, because what really matters here is, well, it's reality. What's going on in your business today? That's how you can make some strong decisions for what's possible in the next year. Your first question is going to be about revenue. How much have you brought in the last year in your business? Now, ideally, we'd love to see you be able to fill this out for 23, 22, and 21 so that you can look at comparisons and see what growth or challenges you may have faced over that time period. Start with total revenue. A lot of these numbers you can find on your profit and loss statement. If you look at the total year report, some of them will not be on there, and you will have to have done some testing and measuring throughout the year. If you don't have those answers, put in what you think is accurate or just leave it blank for now. This is simply a tool for you to bring with you to the event and give you some answers to questions that may come up throughout the time we're spending together. Total expenses is the next question, and that is truly, what is the total expenses on your profit and loss statement, showing that this is what it cost you to run your business each of these time frames. Total fixed expense. This is the expenses on the bottom half of your P&L. So this does not include your cost of goods sold. This spreadsheet you're working with is going to give you the formulas to automatically tell us what your cost of goods sold is. So go to the bottom of your profit and loss statement and find your total operating expenses. That's what we're referring to with total fixed expenses. These are generally expenses you would have when you're in business, whether you are increasing or decreasing the number of customers you're serving. Cost of goods sold is directly related to the number of clients you are working with at the time. Now, if you can plug those numbers into the spreadsheet, it's automatically going to populate for you the next 6 rows. That's going to give you your gross and your net profits. It's going to tell you what your break even is. Break even, again, is what is the minimum you need to make to be breaking even financially in your business. Now, there are a few caveats to this, and we can look at that when we meet on the 8th. It does not include things that show up on your balance sheet, but not on your profit and loss statement. Those generally are debt payments and owner draws, but we can talk more about that. The next line that you're going to try and fill in here is number of total transactions, number of sales. You may be able to find that in your point of sale system. You might be able to find it by the number of invoices that were issued throughout the year. I want you to think of these sales as individual sales. If the same customer comes back and purchases from you multiple times, then that's multiple sales. If you have one large sale that you've invoiced out multiple times, that's one sale. So I hope that makes sense for you. That's going to tell us your average dollar sale. Again, the spreadsheet will populate that information for you. The next questions are things that you're going to get from other testing and measuring that you have done throughout the year. Now, the low and high revenue months, again, you can get those from your profit and loss statement. Do a full year analysis, looking at it with monthly totals, and just tell us, based on your revenue, Which month did you have the highest sales in and which months did you have the lowest sales in? Most businesses have some type of seasonality to them. In some cases, like landscaping, it would be a significant difference in Minnesota because you're not going to sell much landscaping in January. But in some businesses, it's a very small difference. But let's take a look at what that is for your business. If you know your average conversion rate for how many leads that come in, how frequently do you have a sale? Now, if you're not measuring that right now, that might be a hard number to come up with, but give it a stab if you can. Talk to your sales team if you have one and ask them, how many people are you talking to get one sale? If you're not measuring that, that's something we're going to want to work on when we meet on the 8th, because it is something you want to measure going forward. Number of new customers. And when I'm talking about new customers, I mean customers that didn't work with you at all before 2023. How many new customers are you working with? In some businesses, you may only work with a dozen customers throughout the year if you do big projects. It's good to know that you've got new customers coming in or that you're very dependent on existing customers. If you've got customers, if let's say you're a coffee shop, this might be a little harder number to come up with. But I want you to give it your best shot at that, because if it's important to your business, it's a number we're going to want to know. And the number of unique products. Again, if you're a coffee shop or a bakery, you're going to have a lot of different products. But if you're a coaching company, you may have 4, 5, 6 different products that you can offer. Maybe you have a business that just has one product, one service that you offer over and over again. It helps to know that as we look at where are the opportunities for you in the next year. And then the last 2 questions on here are you personally, as the owner and the leader in your business, how many hours are you currently working on average every week in your business? When I'm talking about hours you're working in your business, we're talking about things that provide what you deliver to your clients. So are you working on sales? Are you working on producing the product, delivering on the service that you actually offer with your business? The next line is how many hours are you working on your business? This is where you're working on marketing. You're doing planning. You maybe are training. Maybe you're hiring. Maybe you're out networking and meeting power partners that you can work with. What are you doing that's helping to build the business separate from the work being done in the business? That's what we're looking for there. So this is a really quick overview of what these questions mean. If you still have questions, feel free to reach out by email, barbara@performancepartnerscoaching.com, or bring your information with you on the 8th. We still have room for a few more people. So if you've got some friends that would really benefit from figuring this out in their own business, send them our way and we'll make sure they get a copy of this scorecard as well. Looking forward to seeing you on the 8th. Good luck keeping score.